Hey everyone, Journey here. So today I'm going to be going for an Alchemist replay. Their comments before the games, they said the laning stage was rough, and as soon as I started jungling, my team started complaining about me farming and split pushing rather than running with the team. I tried to jump into a few critical fights but mostly farmed. Can you offer any advice about what I could have done to improve on my early to mid game regarding farming patterns? Late game I didn't try much because of the constant complaining, so I need to cover that part. Okay, so as I said, we'll focus more on how you could farm better and how to make the laning stage work as Alchemist. It's very important to note though that Alchemist as a hero is very weak in lane. Like super weak to the point where a competent team will punish an Alchemist pick by picking a very strong offlane, knocking down your towers before you can get your AC Radiance BKB, and then winning the game off of that if they can. So the game's right here. You won the game, okay, that's good. Crystal Maiden as a support. So right off the bat, again, this is very bad. Like you're picking a very weak laning support with a very weak laning core. That is not okay. I don't know when you picked Alchemist. I'll check that. Last pick out. Okay. So very not good Alchemist game at all. So the problem with this Alchemist pick is Alchemist as a hero wants to maintain map control as long as he can, like maintaining his tier 1 towers as long as possible so that way he can hold the jungle. But Huskar and Dro and Breaker as a concept of a hero, like their basic concept, is getting an early advantage for their high damage output and high tank ability in Huskar Breaker, and knocking down your towers to push further on map control. So if you're playing a hero that depends on maintaining towers, but they're playing heroes that are going to knock down your towers and take early objectives, such as Roshan towers and team fights, Alchemist isn't really your ideal pick here. It's important to note that you do have a hard carry type hero in your Gyrocopter. You do have a semi-carry in a Razor. What could you have picked for the carry position to sort of make it work? Well, the biggest things that my team's lacking in this game is kind of like high or low commitment wave clear. Like you can Avatos onto a Plasma Field Frost Nova. Like it's not a whole lot as if they're going to be gunning down your towers and your team fight is super weak. So you could consider a hero like that, or you could consider an illusion type hero, such as Naga or PL. That'd be super greedy to do though, but anything is possible in most games. But we'll look at this game now. Okay, so laning stage. You're off lane Alchemist. That's very bad. I had a feeling you were, but if you're playing an offlaner in this game, you need something that can sit in front of a tower and defend it. Like you can. Wait till you die. Alright, yeah. So this is the issue with picking Alchemist off lane. Your hero is very weak in lane against two stronger laners. They're gonna kill you over and over again. I hate replays so much. They're so broken, dude. How are you still stunned by Paralyzing Cask? Whatever, not much we can do. Yeah, so like if you play something like, let's say, Beastmaster here. Beastmaster doesn't do amazing versus Dro, Witch Doctor, in lane, especially with a tiny 4. But it's something better. You could pick like a Mars. You could pick a Centaur. You could have picked like really anything. Like I'll look at a couple of offlaners. Like Bristleback could have worked. Timbersaw would have been okay. Not amazing against Huskar though. Weaver would have been okay. Venom would have been somewhat manageable. Nature's Prophet, Necrophos. Like there's so many better picks you could have had. But instead you opted to play this sort of a farming base hard carry in an offlane position. It's not the fact that you weren't fighting that pissed your team off, I'm gonna imagine. The fact that you're the offlaner and you're not fighting, you're AFK farming. Which, that's not good. You want your offlaner to be the one making space and allowing your carrier, your gyrocopter, to farm. Not your gyrocopter run around the map to make your offlaner farm. That seems super shit from a theoretical standpoint. Your Tiny is also trying to take last hits from you, which is even worse for you, because now you're not only going to be feeding in this lane, because it's a very bad Alchemist game and Alchemist lane, but you're also going to be competing for farm. You're dead here again. Yeah. A lot of this is just don't pick Alchemist. Like the hero doesn't function as an offlaner at all. You're gonna keep killing yourself and killing your tiny, and Dro should be getting free farm. She's obviously not the greatest carry player if she has 3 last hits 3.5 minutes in, but you just gotta be very careful when you pick these heroes. I mean, hopefully you're gonna learn from this. Like, you're gonna watch this replay, watch this video, and be like, hey, maybe Alchemist as an offlaner isn't very good. You're probably gonna be like 0-4 by the time this laning phase is over. It's like Maledicts beats you, Draw Ranger can kite you, they have Cask, they have Breaker. They can pretty effectively run you down, kill Tiny. Also, if you ever do play offlane Alchemist, put a higher priority on getting your own bounty urns. You cost yourself a lot of gold if you don't. I'm gonna fast forward until you're an actual farming component of Alchemist gameplay. Like right now you're just competing for farm with Tiny and that's just shit. You're gonna keep dying, which is obviously shit. This is why it's important to understand drafting. It's like not even like understanding drafting, because drafting is hard. It's just being aware enough of, will my hero function in this game before I pick it? Will my hero function in this role before you pick it? If the answer is no to both those questions, I would highly suggest avoiding picking it. There's a very good reason people have been avoiding Alchemist as a hero in general, let alone him as an offlaner. Him as an offlaner has never been a thing, and him as a support hasn't been a thing in 7 years. Like it's kind of a reason that mid Alchemists, carry Alchemists have risen in popularity in terms of when Alchemist is popular, and utility offlane Alchemist has never been a thing, and a support Alchemist has, as I said, not been a thing for 7 years. TI3 was the last time that this was happening, which was 2013. Then I guess in mode farm, yeah. What you're just gonna keep doing, I'm gonna treat this like you're a carry, is you're going to be going to the jungle. This triangle here is where you want to be playing if you're a carry at this point in the game. Like, let's say your bottom lane, you died a bunch, you an 0-3. It's rough safe lane for you, and you're like, I want to farm. You can TP and farm here, and have your off laner go to hold bottom tier 1. And you, as you're farming this, you're watching the wave. And I'm looking at the wave. I'm like, Dro just killed that final creep. This is going to be walking into my tier 1 tower right now. It'll be like right here by the time it connects to my creep wave, or a gyrocopter will aggro and pull it back. Okay, yeah, he didn't saw the creep wave. But I'm watching that, and I'm like, okay, now that it's under my tower, I can go farm this. So instead of farming this camp, I'm farming this, and then I come back to this later. And if you just keep cycling through that, where you push the lane in, it goes up to here, Dro auto-attacks it like a complete goober, and then she pushes it back into my tier 1, and then I farm that. And then when it's I push it out, I farm here. And then by the time I'm done farming those 2 camps to that 1 camp, the wave will be back here. Then I farm it again. And then when I'm done, I go farm here. I just keep recycling through that, where I get 2 waves and 3 camps every minute. Instead, you've accepted the fact that Gyrocopter is going to be taking your farm, and Tiny is farming bottom when he should be in position 4. So instead of having your other core farming the hardest lane for you, you have your 4 going to keep feeding it, your other core is farming where you want to farm, and you're accepting 2 creep camp or 3 creep camps every minute. And 3 creep camps every minute is incredibly low. I don't know why you global to save a 5 Witch Doctor. Okay. It's also, if you're an Alchemist, 13 minutes into the game, you need to go hit creeps. Do not go kills. You killed yourself and you didn't get anything in return. Just go hit your creeps. Know how powerful your hero is at each point in the game. If you're not powerful enough to fight stuff, don't fight. And if you're powerful enough to fight, on the other hand, fight. Right now, yeah, you're 0-5. You've walked into the enemy team 2 times in the past 2 minutes now, and every time you do, you've died. Just don't do it. It's as simple as that. Don't go for these suicide walk at you strats, if they're even a strat. Just hit your creeps. Like, you're chasing Drow range right now. Why chase Drow? What do you accomplish with this Drow kill? Okay, you have concoction. That makes a bit more sense. I did not know that. But still, it's like, hypothetically, yeah, that kill worked out. But what happens if, like, Breaker was closer and they were ready, or they had Global Silence or something like that? Where you could have just been in this area of the map farming instead of chasing a Drow. I didn't know you had concoction, so it's good that you went for that kill. But you stayed too long, it seems, and you almost killed yourself. You almost killed yourself, you almost cost yourself 2 more Int. And unless Int you have less mana, you have to spam your spells. Right now, obviously you've lost 18 Int, but you don't have that much mana to use all your spells. That's not good. You want to have mana. Mitigate the feeding. If you stop chasing people around at this point in the game, you'd have Relic 100%. I know it's because you said that your team was flaming you and like ripping on you and all that, but again, that's because you're playing offlane Alchemist. And like, what did you contribute to that fight there? I'm sure you didn't feel any high impact. You're doing it to appease your teammates, I'm gonna assume. But you're not looking like Dota's not about appeasing teammates in a sense. It's about doing what's a better play. And in this case, doing the better play is farming until I have my Radiance AC or Radiance BKB or whatever the hell I decided to go. Interesting stun. See, this is better, although I would probably take a Vambrace. Vambrace gives you good stats. Now, again, as I'm hitting my newts, I plan out what my next course of action is. I know as I'm hitting this camp, that top lane is going to be pushing into my tier 1, or tier 2. Which doctor is showing here, attacking it. Instead of walking over here like I'm going to assume you do, you want to walk and push out this, and then come back for this camp and farm like that. Or you could farm like that, and then farm mid. Just plan out your course of action before you make it happen. Instead, right now, you're missing out on 2 waves and a siege creep because you wanted 1 camp. You got 2 creeps compared to getting like 7. On Alchemist, I hear that gets more gold based off of how many creeps he's killed. Why do you keep channeling your stun? I'm gonna assume that's a misclick. That's the second time you've done it. Yeah, it's like just plan out your next course of action. You stuttering for like 3 seconds after every camp, like right here. As his creep's dead, you stood there. Still sitting there. You've walked around. Still don't know what you're doing. It's like 10 seconds of you not doing anything. That's bad. Plan out the next course of action before you do it. Right now, as I'm hitting this, I'm looking at the map. Where the fuck am I going? Mid's into tier 1. Tier 1's dead. Tier 1 dies. Where does the creep camp go? Or creep wave go? Into here. Like I say here, right? Or I can look at top lane. Top lane has more creeps, so it's probably going to push out a little bit, like stay in this general area here for a little bit. Instead of farming this camp wave, or this camp here, it's going to be there for another minute. I farm right here, then I farm here, then here, then here, then here. And I got way more gold than I did just farming a single camp. You miss out on all those creeps. You're probably going to miss out on all these creeps. You have your team farming with you. But people are psychos. Yeah, it's like, plan your next course of action before you do it. If you do that, and like just honestly talk to yourself, like out loud if you need to, where do I want to go for the most farm? I want to push out 1 more wave, and then I can be like, I'm going to push this wave, farm this, retreat back to my jungle, farm that, and then farm mid. And it's not even like, yeah, that's what you should be doing. Yeah, it's good. It's not even like you're thinking too much about it. You're just trying to create pressure on the map by pushing the creep wave into the tier 1. So you force rotation or you take a tier 1. This is good. They showed a hero's mid. They're trying to fight, so you took a tier 1. I'm going to farm this, now this, retreat back to here, here, and here. Report Alk. Why is this guy so toxic, dude? There's no reason for it. This is fine, keeping the farm. When you're a hard carry Alchemist, I'm gonna, again, pretend you're a hard carry because you're playing a hard carry hero. Where you're in mode farm, you want to be TPing to farm. Like you want to be TPing. TPing across the map to get that farm so that we can get your gold higher. You force them to come to top, as you saw their TPs and shit go to that area. So you want to TP to bottom lane and create pressure down here, because your hero gains a lot of gold from farming. Right now, what have you contributed to this fight? Your Radiance burn, that's it. Literally just understand how powerful your hero is and pre-plan your next move. The major things you wanted me to talk about was how to farm better. Literally talk to yourself. It sounds stupid and people think you're gonna be fucking mental, but instead of farming, like I think you farm like this camp here, then this, then this, then bot mid. Instead of doing that pattern, if I wanted to fight mid, I know what items I need. I know this game I need AC, BKB, Radiance before I can fight. BKB because I want to make sure I don't get killed by this, the hypothetical Vessel on Breaker he should have, and Witch Doctor, his Malek. It also helps with Silencer's damage. AC helps with Draw Ranger's damage. Radiance gives me a source of damage. So I get all those items, then I can fight. You have a AC recipe, a Radiance, 4 salves. Does that sound like fighting condition to you? No, not really, obviously. So just know how what your hero requires to fight in each game. Also, you should totally swap out Trusty Shovel. I know you're doing it for the bounty runes, but you farm so much faster with like a Vam Brace, an Imp Claw, Quickening Charm. Like something like that where you get better damage. Yeah, it's like right here. Farm this wave, go from that mid or top wave. Instead of farming this camp right here, go farm that. That will be there 20 seconds from now after done farming that creep wave. You missed yourself 2 last hits. Doesn't sound like much, but it adds up. Because what are you doing right now? Instead of farming this camp over here that you could have been farming, you just stood there. Or you could have farmed that, immediately walked down there, sacked that camp, and you'd farm 2 camps. Plan your next course of action. Talk to yourself. It sounds stupid, but that's what I kind of did when I was learning how to play a more roaming style support, or like a ganking based support. I talk to myself, what the hell am I doing? Every time I die or do something right, I ask myself, why did that work? Why did that fail? Why am I doing this? Right now, ask yourself, why am I playing top lane? Why am I pushing this out? This is fine to do, but also get the outpost, or but you need to TP right away. How you kill yourself. You're gonna be charged by Breaker. I feel like you should know that. Yeah. If they have no TP cancel, TP it right away. Also, make sure you meet your team. There's no reason to have Lando, bruh, shit talking. The guy's doing nothing either. This Basher's gonna do nothing for you. You need BKB. Yeah. I'm sure you get the point at this point. Get the point at this point in the game. Talk to yourself. Ask yourself, what do I need to fight? How do I get in fight ready condition? Right now, I'm looking at the, again, explain what I mean. I'm looking at this, I farm this, I farm this. Look at top wave. Top wave's not going to be coming into me for a little bit. The next wave's going to meet about here. Probably like right in this area here. So I can farm like this camp, this mid wave, and then work my way back to top if I want. Because by that point in time, the creeps are going to spawn. Yeah, I'm sure you get the point of, like, what I mean by now. You, definitely know yourself, how can I farm better? Like, your GPM probably like 700 at best. Okay, very low. I thought you were way higher. I thought you were like 620 something, 650. I guess you only have 3 items, which is, kind of an issue. But yeah, you're just gonna die here. If you get maledicted, you die. You get maledicted and die, you're not happy. Yeah. So, I think I can call it off of this. It's kind of like a very simple lesson, but an important one nonetheless. Where you have to just talk to yourself and say, how the fuck do I, fight? What items do I need? Buy those items. And then talk to yourself. How are you, like, where are you going to be farming next? After you farm each creep camp, where do you go? The biggest difference between a high-ranking Alchemist player and a low-ranking Alchemist player is the Alchemist player that's high-rank has planned 3 moves ahead, like, minimum. They know they're gonna farm this camp, this camp, this camp, this camp, this wave, this camp. And then by the time they've done that, 1 minute has passed, so they have all their creep camps back up so they can tell where they're gonna go. Where I can tell from your perspective, keep dying yourself. I don't understand. But I can tell with you, you aren't planning ahead. It's kind of reactionary. Oh, camp's here, let's go farm it. Oh, wave's here, let's go farm it. Oh, camp, okay, wait. Just keep doing that. Like, you're probably gonna die here because no heroes showing the map. Well, because they're all dead. With the respawning Dro, Dro's gonna take you to top tier 2 in a second, I'd imagine.
Dire's bottom tower. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Huh.
Radiant are scanning.
Transmuted.
Okay. Yeah.
Dire's bottom
Not much
tower
reason
is
for you to be
under
playing that
attack.
aggressive when your team's bottom.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah,
is
I think
under
I'll call it off that. Just playing your moves ahead. Talk to yourself. It's kind of a simple thing. Like, kind of just address the
Dire's bottom tower is
major
under
point you're
attack.
talking about, like farming patterns. All farming patterns are, and for whatever reason, people don't explain it well enough.
Dire's bottom tower
Is
has fallen.
not like they just. It's not like they go through like a pattern where like they farm like this camp and this camp and this camp and like this wave and it's like they don't do that. That's not like a farming pattern. Farming pattern just means pre-planning your movements and executing. They know what they want to do. 3 turns from now, as I said, they do it, and then as turn 1 is happening, they're planning for turn 4. As turn 2 is happening, they're planning for turn 5, turn 3, turn 6, and so on, minimum. Try to just pre-plan your moves, and you'll have way higher net worth. 610 GPM on Alchemist is super low. Like on a losing game for Alchemist, where it goes 40 minutes, you ideally want like 700-800 GPM minimum. That's like 1 item higher, right? Well, yeah, I'll call it off for that. Got any questions about uh, farming patterns, how to pre-plan movements, how to know what you want to do, all that sort of stuff? Feel free to drop a comment below or DM me on Discord. And if not, I hope this video helps because kind of straightforward, kind of repeated myself a lot, but very important and very simple. If it's simple doesn't mean it's not. It needs to be said multiple times, get the point across. You know what I mean? But yeah, besides that, I will talk to everybody later. See you guys.